Firstly, introduce yourself.
So, Donnie McCleese, as you can see on my shirt, if you can read it, CMOS boss, black owned business, CMOS salesman, husband, father of 2, black man, and just here with my man kicking it, just trying to learn from him, vibe from him, get some information, give some information to the people. So that's me in a nutshell. Goofy, funny. I don't really take too much serious other than my wife and my kids, my family, and my business. So, if you ever see me, if you know me, you know that, I'm not really too serious about anything. So I'm gonna take this interview serious though. Maybe 1 or 2 jokes in there, but that's because it's who I am.
We're gonna try.
We lit. I'm trying to be serious.
So, tell them what CMOS is, man. Why it's important, the 102 minerals. Tell them what they're missing out.
Yeah. So for those that aren't taking CMOS, man, I think you need to add it to your diet. Whether you old, young, you're a baby, you got skin issues, immunity issues. You need to add this to your diet, whether you're pregnant, because it's a vegetable. It's a natural, organic vegetable that feeds you. It feeds your immunity system. It feeds your immune system. It helps and heals you internally, externally. And like I said, it's a vegetable. It's food. It gives you 92 minerals of the 102 minerals that you need. If you take a CMOS just regular, if you want to go the extra step and take bladderwrack and burdock root minerals, herbs mixed with it, it gives you all 102. The stuff is really, really good for you, man. I know people that have lupus that's taking it, diabetes that's taking it, upper respiratory issues taking it, people with psoriasis, eczema, dark spots, acne, all types of disorders that's taking this stuff. If you are a human being, there is something wrong with you. You are not perfect. You have some type of immune deficiency that you need these minerals for, because our body is made up of 102 minerals, and I promise you, the stuff that the government is feeding us, we're not getting nearly half of them. So maybe not even a quarter of them. So CMOS is what you need. 2 tablespoons a day is all you need, and you get your minerals, man. So that's CMOS in a nutshell, man. But there's so many benefits to it. Weight loss, boosts your immune system, speeds up your metabolism, it curbs your appetite. If you smoke and you have that smoker's cough, it takes away the smoker's cough. It breaks down mucus in your system. If you don't have any mucus in your system, there's no disease. So that's where all diseases come from, mucus. So no cough, no food, no cold, no flu, no none of that, man. So CMOS is very important for everybody's diet.
Okay. So a great man once said all disease came from mucus. Although everyone doesn't know this, we're not aware of this, or we don't believe it. Let's talk a bit about that and who Dr. Stubby was.
Yeah, so I just started learning about who Dr. Stubby was a few years ago. I would hear his name. I would see clips of Left Eye Lopez talking about him and his CMOS and what it did for the body. But I was young and I was still wanting to eat what I wanted to live the way I wanted to live, and just went one ear and out the other. And like a year or 2 ago, I wanted to make my Instagram more clean. I didn't want to just be looking at big booty models all the time and liking their pics. So I want to look at some good stuff, like where we're at. I want to look at some good stuff. So I want to look at some stuff that's going to better my life. So I started following a lot of vegan pages, a lot of vegetarian pages, a lot of workout pages. And he just kept coming up. And I would follow Dr. Savior approved pages. You know what I'm saying? So I started following him, and then I met up with this guy who was selling CMOS. I was like, what is CMOS? And that's a question that a lot of people have. So I started studying up on it. I was like, I want to try it. So I reached out to my man, got some jars, started taking it. And then I realized, listen, man, I'm a do-it-yourself type of guy. So I want to start making my own so I can have an abundance, so I don't have to keep paying my money to put that in anybody else's pockets when I can do it myself. So I started taking the CMOS, and I learned that all diseases come from mucus, all sickness, all colds. And it's crazy because the mucus is in the food. So not to turn anybody off or turn anybody away, if you're eating chicken, if you're eating animal products, if you're eating eggs, cheese, which is I'm in love with, I'm still in love with cheese, God help me, but it's so good. But all those things are mucus forming foods has carcinogens in it, and that stuff doesn't break down in your body. It just gets rotten, and it causes like a line of film in your intestines, and it's hard for that stuff to break down. So a lot of times when we get sick, it is not coming from somebody else who's sick. It's not coming from really the outside world. It's coming from what we put in our body. So without the mucus, you don't get sick. And if you do get sick, you feel something coming on, you can take the sea moss and it'll help, alleviate that within 24 to 48 hours. So that's what the sea moss does. It breaks down mucus in your system. And once the mucus is gone, you start to feel yourself immune to, a lot of the sicknesses and the diseases that people are walking around with because of what they eat. Man, I seen a dude at a Chinese store, man. This man that worked there, and he was freaking, that big pot you was making a joint in? Mm-hmm. He was making a dog in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff that we eating, man. They say coronavirus is coming from these damn bats. Like, who eats bats? You know what I'm saying? So we just eat anything these days, and we don't even really know what's in the chicken. Shit, it could be some bat meat in the chicken for all we know. So I'm trying to make sure that, if I'm going to be taking sea moss, man, I want to be going 100% with this thing, man. I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything to counter, react, the sea moss that I'm taking. So that's what it's about.
Alright. So I heard about Dr. Sebi about a couple years ago myself. I was 19. Mm-hmm. And I didn't just hear about him. Dr. Layla Africa, a lot of conscious guys is talking about.
I just heard about him today for the first time.
Really?
He just died or something like that. It said. I don't know if he just died, but
he just died.
I seen a picture of him. They said that he dead. Yeah, his name Africa or something, right?
Dr. Layla Africa.
Yeah, they say he gone. I forgot what page it was. Like I said, I follow a lot of Dr. Sebi approved pages, and I forgot what page they said he was gone, man. So he died. I don't know when, I don't know how, but
those are the elders, man. So those are the people that were telling me to get into this stuff. But I was finding on YouTube about 2015. And a lot of stuff they were talking about, I mean, I could see it, like how the food was toxic and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't as imminent as it is now.
Right.
Like, a lot of people were predicting how 2020 would be the change, and now, you know what I mean? By 2020, you would have no choice. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how it just happened like that. Even like me not even going out of my way to go to New York and go try to find Dr. Sebi. I was 19 at the time. I was like, yeah, this information is cool, but it was like I wasn't going out of my way to find it.
Right.
But it's still like reached a point where it just was in my lap. People selling sea moss, people talking about sea moss, and a lot of it happened after Nipsey died.
Yeah, because he was going to do that documentary, right? And everybody was like huge fans of him, or a lot of people became fans of him after he passed. And I was one of those, guys that became a fan of his after he passed. Just listening to his music, my brother put me onto his music. I never wanted to listen to it because I really don't like listening to new artists, right? Not new artists, but artists that are new to me, artists that I never listened to, right? But he passed, and my brother, he asked me one more time. He said, "Yo, check him out, his album Raw." So I said, "Let me check it out," and I heard it and I liked it. So that in turn made me go to the people that follow him, look at the posts they was putting up about him. So I began reading about him and stuff like that. Then I got wind of him about to do this Dr. Sebi interview, and it wasn't just that he died of natural causes. It was that they killed him. Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like this, but the government has a plot against America, a plot against black people, right? And because Dr. Sebi was healing people of AIDS, herpes, diabetes, lupus, and all of these diseases with natural herbs, they weren't with that because the pharmaceutical company, Big Pharma, is huge. It's a huge market for money. And without that, the government, I would say that the government would take a huge loss. I won't say that they can't survive, but the government would take a huge loss off that because that's where the majority of their money from. And Dr. Sebi, I seen an interview where he said, listen, man, he said, how long has modern medicine and pharmaceuticals been around? 265 years. If Hippocrates or Hippocrates or however you pronounce his name was healing people with natural herbs 1,000, 10,000 years ago.
Socrates.
Yeah, no, not Socrates. Hippocrates, or however you pronounce his name.
I don't know.
If he was healing diseases 10,000 years ago with natural herbs, why are we learning how to heal diseases with, pills and pharmaceuticals? Do the math. It just doesn't make any sense.
Real question.
Yeah, and he said a lot of people that's in the medical field right now, no offense, they haven't been in the field working. They haven't been in the field grabbing from the earth and healing people. They learned their medical history from an armchair position. So they sit in a chair like you and I are having a conversation, and this is how they learn in the medical field when this stuff is not healing people. So I look into that, man, and I'm big on that because like one of my major goals was to survive, to be alive for my kids. I want to see my kids grow up. Like I want to see my children's children grow up. And I feel like what we're eating today is killing us, man. This fast food is so cheap. It's so cheap. It's so processed. It gets to you in a matter of minutes. Like that stuff can be good. It's like throwing a turkey in the microwave and thinking that, in 10 minutes it's gonna be done. That's how this fast food industry is, man. I don't know. That's how this fast food industry is, bro. And it's just like the more we eat that, the shorter our shelf life is going to be.
And it's really my generation because, we're not really taught to cook as much.
Shout out to my wife.
We was being bombarded with McDonald's ads since we was 5.
Yeah.
All I wanted was to go on the McDonald's swag, on the McDonald's swing.
Yep, that's a fact.
Like the Happy Meal. So we've been taught to eat fast food to a point where it's girls and guys my age where they move in together, 25, 26, 24, 23. Moving in together, both ordering out all the time. This is the American dream now.
And it gets
Uber
deeper.
Eats, you have all these different access to all this different stuff when you could just buy $20 worth of groceries.
Yeah, and it gets deeper. It gets deeper than actually our parents giving us McDonald's at 5, right? The main thing now is instant gratification. Nobody wants to wait for anything, right? So if I'm on my way to work, I'm 10 minutes late, I don't have time to make breakfast, right? So I'm gonna go to McDonald's and grab an egg muffin or something like that, right? So we want instant gratification. We all want microwave success. We all want things that happen quick. We all want that promotion quick, but we don't want to put in the time to work for it. So that's why the fast food industry is blowing up. That's why it's so big. That's why it's so huge, is because people don't want to wait for anything. So you got people that want to start a business up from the ground. If in that 5 years their business don't take off, it's over. They like, forget about this. I'm done with it. Maybe this ain't for me. I'm moving on to something else, because nobody wants to take that time. And even 5 years might be too long for somebody. People need 12 months. That's why you see all these get rich quick schemes. And I got beat over the head a couple times, trying to make some quick money because, hey, turn your $100 into $4,000, and now I'm negative $100 because people beat me over the head because I want quick money. So I learned that instant gratification, man, is not good for anybody. So that's the big thing when it comes to people eating fast food, people not wanting to learn how to cook themselves. They don't want to do the research and learn what to put in their bodies, because it's easy for somebody to just say, here, put this in your body, eat this, take this supplement, and you'll be good. And
and the sea moss, man, it's a supplement in itself. Like people taking all the supplements they need, different vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C. You
don't even know they're wasting their time, bro.
All of it at once.
They don't even know they're wasting their time, man. People who's taking vitamins, capsules, and shit like that, bro, you wasting your time. That shit ain't doing nothing for you. They call them the one-a-day pills, the one-a-day vitamins, one-a-days, because you gotta take one of them shits every day for the rest of your life. I know some people that eat sea moss alone. I know people that are vegetarians, that are vegans. They eat sea moss, fruits, and veggies, and they have everything that they need. They're not starving because it curbs your appetite. It makes you feel like you ate a meal. They're getting the nutrients and the minerals that they need because they're eating the sea moss, they're eating the fruits, and they're eating the vegetables, man. They have everything they need. They have the energy. People think that you need like a big meal, steak and potatoes and rice and protein and shit like that to have energy, and not really understanding. Like, I can't stand the people that tell me, yeah, you gonna be vegetarian? Shout out to me, I'm vegetarian 7 days now, I'm lit. But when people tell me, where you gonna get your protein from if you're not eating meat? And then I say, what does a chicken eat, right? What does a cow eat? They don't eat nothing but grass, bro. Gorillas, one of the strongest animals in the world, vegetarian, right? They're like strongest animals in the world. They don't eat meat. You got lions, cheetahs, and all them felines that eat meat, right? Because that's what they're surrounded by. But when you got like animals like gorillas, you know, even the chickens, you know, that we eat every day, they all eat grass. They all eat green. So if they're getting their source of protein from the grass, then I'm gonna get my source of protein from leafy green vegetables and stuff like that. So, and like I said to you before we start rolling, if I'm working out, sea moss is good for the rejuvenation of your muscles and the recuperation of them, right? So if I take the sea moss before I work out, right, you know, I'm gonna have the energy for my workout. If I take it after the workout, it's gonna help me, you know, rejuvenate. It's gonna help me recover faster and heal faster. Like, you can't OD over this stuff. Like, you can eat too much chicken, you can eat too much steak, because you got to eat everything in moderation. You can eat too much of that stuff, but you can't have too much sea moss. You can even have too much water. Like, I worked at a hospital where people was on, I had psychiatric patients who were on fluid restriction because they would drown themselves by the much water they drank. Mm-hmm. But you can't OD on sea moss.
I think that's the craziest fact. You can't OD on sea moss.
Can't OD on it, man. Can't OD on it. Can't OD on it. That's something I'm still learning, but I've come to realize that I haven't OD'd on it yet as much as I take. And my man, he literally buys 2 32-ounce jars for me a week. Right? Like I said, this is all he eats. He eats this with his fruits. He eats this with his vegetables. He makes smoothies with it. He throws it in, you know, all the food that he makes. If he has a salad dressing, he makes that into a salad dressing. You know, he waters it down so that it can be more, you know, consistent with the flow of the dressing. And this is what he eats, bro. And he has yet to OD on it. He has yet to collapse, hurl over. He ain't dead yet. So he has nothing but, you know, more energy. So that's what it is, bro.
So now, you know, it's Trenton Talks. We gotta talk about the inner city. What's the impact you think this can have on the inner city, being that we are in poverty situations?
Yeah, it can definitely make people more health crises, right? More health conscious rather. In this crisis that we're going through with the health, like, so the city is rampant, right, with the coronavirus, right? If you believe in the coronavirus, man, if you believe that this is a sickness that can really kill you, and that the government that didn't put this here, sea moss is definitely good for you, right? Because it's going to protect your immune system. It's gonna fight all diseases and viruses off for you, right? If you don't believe in the coronavirus and you know that the government put this here for people to, you know, go crazy over, sea moss is good for you because, like I said, it's gonna help you fight it off when it comes. If it's around you, it won't touch you. If it tries to get into you, it'll fight extra hard to get it out. So I think it'll make people more health conscious, right? And it'll also bring more people together, right? Because once you become a part of a family, you don't cross that line. So I come from playing basketball my whole life, right? It's certain people, everybody that I played basketball with, I got a certain level of respect for, right? So I won't cross them. If we can build a community of people that are into health, wellness, and fitness, it becomes a bond, it becomes a family, it becomes a community, and you know not to cross that, right? I've